Gang chopping the laurel tree. Once upon a time, there was a man named Gang who was strong and intelligent, but unfortunately, he lacked persistence. He would learn carpentry for a while, then switch to being an apprentice in a fabric shop, and eventually he returned home to farm. However, the weeds grew taller than the rice. Gang thought to himself, "I'm smart and capable, why not become an immortal?" So he set off to find an immortal. Finally, in a deep mountain under an old pine tree, he found a white-bearded immortal. Gang said, "Immortal, please teach me how to become one." The immortal stroked his beard and said, "Becoming an immortal requires enduring much hardship. Can you do that?" Gang nodded, "I can." The immortal said, "Then follow me and learn to collect medicinal herbs." After climbing mountains for over 10 days, the immortal taught him a lot about herbs. Impatient, Gang said, "An immortal should live freely and happily. Why spend all day collecting herbs?" The immortal said, "Then read this heavenly book. Once you understand the principles of heaven and earth, learning to become an immortal will be much easier." Gang read the book for a few days and gave up, saying, "How can reading this book make me an immortal?" The immortal got angry and said, "Then what do you want to learn?" Gang said, "I want to fly. I want to see the moon." The immortal sighed and said, "Close your eyes, and I will take you to the moon." When Gang opened his eyes, the place was barren. He walked to a pile of rocks and saw a large tree with flowers the size of bowls, emitting a fragrance. Gang asked, "What kind of tree is this?" The immortal said, "This is a 500-year-old laurel tree. If you want to become an immortal and return to the human world, you must use this axe to chop it down." Gang was delighted and said, "Chopping a tree is too easy." He struck 3 times, but the marks disappeared. The immortal laughed and said, "This tree is also called the 300 axes tree. Only by continuously chopping 300 times can you cut it down. Anyone who lacks patience cannot chop it down." Gang would always give up after chopping over 200 times, and he never managed to chop down the tree. It's said that even today, he's still on the moon, chopping the laurel tree.